Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Felicity's YouTube channel. On today's lesson, we are going to tackle one very important topic in English language titled direct and indirect speech. This lesson will help you to understand the difference between direct and indirect speech and will also help you on how to use these two speeches correctly. Before we continue, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Let's dive in. What is direct speech? Direct speech is also known as quoted speech. This is used when we repeat someone's exact words. We use direct speech when we repeat someone's exact words without changing anything. For example, I am going to store some food, said John. I am going to store some food, said John. These are the exact words of John that I have just repeated. Then, one thing you have to know about direct speech is that we always have direct speech in inverted commas, open and closed. So, when I repeat John's words, I am going to store some food, said John. Remember, I am going to store some food would be in inverted commas, opened and closed. Now, what's indirect speech? Indirect speech is also known as reported speech. As the name implies, we are reporting what somebody has said, but we do not use the exact words of that person. In other words, reported speech can be considered as a summary of what someone says. Okay, and an important fact to note about reported speech is that we do not use quotation marks. Let's have an example. John said he was going to store some food. John said he was going to store some food. This is different from the previous statement we gave because we have had to change the verb tenses. Continue watching the video and you'll understand better. Okay, so how do we make changes from direct to indirect speech? When we change from direct to indirect speech, we often need to change the verb tenses. For example, I am going to the party tonight, said Sarah. I am going to the party tonight, said Sarah. This is direct speech. Now, if we want to give a reported version of this speech, it is said, Sarah said she was going to the party that night. Sarah said she was going to the party that night. Now, another thing we need to change apart from the verb in direct speech to reported speech is the pronoun. Another thing we have to change is the pronoun. For example, we need to change when we are talking from direct to indirect speech, sorry. So, for example, direct speech. I am going to the store, said John. I am going to the store, said John. In indirect speech, John said he was going to the store. John said he was going to the store. Now, what do we realize? We realize that I, which was talking about John, have been replaced by He, John said he was going to the store. So, when we report questions in direct speech, we use the verb ask instead of say. Remember, we can equally report questions. So, when we are reporting questions, we use the verb or the word ask. For example, direct speech. What's your name? Asked the teacher. What's your name? Asked the teacher. That is direct speech. And it is a question. Now let's report this question. The teacher asked me what my name was. The teacher asked me what my name was. When we report orders and requests in direct speech, we use the verb tell or ask instead of say. When we want to report orders or requests, we use the word tell or ask instead of say. For example, close the door, said the teacher. Close the door, said the teacher. That is direct speech. Now let us change this direct speech, which is an order, to a reported statement. The teacher told me to close the door. The teacher told me to close the door. Voila. And that brings us to the end of our lesson. Please remember, practice, practice, practice. Because I always say, practice makes perfect. So, it would be good for you to take out some time to practice changing from direct to indirect speech and vice versa. Remember, practice makes perfect. Thank you for watching this video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you in the next video. Goodbye.